Hi everyone, welcome to my bookshelf. My bookshelves have just been redone, so we're gonna do a quick bookshelf tour since I'm thinking of it. I'm not gonna put all the books out, but I'll show you what I have on what shelf and what area, and I'm very excited about it. So let's start at the top, shelf one. These are all my Agatha Christie shelves, but this is where I am holding, oh sorry, this is not quite done. These are all my Agatha Christie books. Down here, I have my bookishly editions along with some of my bigger books and a book sleeve. Here are my big hardcovers, the beautiful hardcovers. I have my full William Shakespeare, Jane Austen. I have Alice in Wonderland, Narnia, my Harry Potter illustrated books, that kind of thing. Down here are my first row of classics. And then the next row of classics. They are they're alphabetically organized by the author, so it's easy to follow. And the same thing goes at the end, except for those aren't quite alphabetical because of how it fits better. But my Lord of the Rings and some children's classics are there as well. Next shelf. This is also all my Agatha Christie's. These are in order of publication as opposed to in order of author, because obviously Christie. Then I have here my nonfiction and my plays by Christie, my Gaskell works and Little Women, and also a journal. I couldn't figure out where to put the Lewis and Clark journals. I have the Moonstone and a little itty bitty edition of, is it The History of England by Jane Austen. I have my little classics. And then I have here all of my kind of old books and my Mary Roberts Reinhardt. Next shelf is my Agatha Christie, which is not year, but an organized in color of the rainbow, as I have all of them. So maybe I'll move that down because that's just too pretty to not look at. I also have hardcovers and my leather bound ones, along with the hymnals that I've gotten from my grandparents. This is like my collection piece from my grandparents. So I have a memory item. I want to have their hymn books. Down here is my kids' books, or YA middle grade, as I just don't have tons of it. So I have some diaries and stuff that I read a lot as a kid. Then I get my Hunger Games and some other interesting stuff. I have my Aggie Morton books, lots of fun things. And then the next shelf down is where I have my Gail Carson Levine, as well as the top shelf there too. But I also have my Rick Riordan here, and Winnie the Pooh, the old classic Clue books, which I adore, and a few more YA. The bottom two shelves on this are the beginning of my historical fiction section. I've made 6 historical fiction. So it's all mixed together, historical fiction being historical fiction and Christian historical fiction. So it's all mixed together. So this is shelf 1 by author, and that's shelf 4, as the other 3, or the other 4, I guess I should say, are down at the bottom, like so. So I have a lot. Let's go back to here. Up at the top, I have my graphic novels, my Bible study books, and my fantasy sci-fi books here. I don't have a ton of them. They fit better there. And then here is my romance. I have tons of love-inspired and also Christmas romances. They fit perfect there. Here is where we enter contemporary. So I have all of my contemporaries, some books that are published a little older, but they are kind of more contemporary. This is romance, literary, you name it. So not mystery though, not mystery. So here's all of those, and this is the second shelf of that. I got rid of a couple books, so now I have a little extra space. We'll see what I do. And then it kind of ends down there where it enters into my collection of novellas, because I do have quite a lot of novellas. Next shelf. So over here we have my nonfiction. So this nonfiction section is just literally by author that fit in the top shelf. So it's not perfect, but at the same time, it's what fits there because it's a bit smaller. In here, I also have poetry, history, true crime, biographies, everything poetry, or not everything poetry, everything nonfiction, you name it, is all together. So I also have here my more poetry, but they're bigger books, and the same thing on the other side, and my really short ones that can fit there. Another row of nonfiction, and a third row of nonfiction, and a fourth row of nonfiction, and then the last two historical fictions. Let's go over to the mystery shelf, which is now here. So this is organized by author. The top row obviously starts with Adams. I'm not sure I'm going to be keeping that book or not. I'm undecided. So these are all of the ones I have. I have lots of space actually, because now I have a full empty shelf in my room, but this is all what fits together. I also have put in an extra board that kind of works as a little bookshelf there, just to make it a bit more convenient for the space, because it was just too wide before. And then the final row down there is practically all books I've read, being Jamie Jo Wright, and I guess a fair amount of Susan May Warren I haven't read, but all alphabetically organized. So those are my bookshelves. I am so happy with how they look now. I feel like they are really accessible, but also they now are so fluid with how the system's organized. I'm just really happy. Please let me know in the comments what your bookshelves are like, if you have tons or I have, I know I have a lot. If you have a lot or if you don't have a lot, and what makes you happy with them. I'd love to know. I would like to give one statistic. I counted all my books, and I have 480 books that I have not read, and I have 527 books that I have read. So pretty good odds. And I'm really impressed that I've actually read over half the books I own. So yeah, those are my bookshelves. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment in the description about your bookshelves, or if you have any books on here that you would like to read and buddy read. And also give this video a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
In a house that I don't know,